Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's the last video of the month, which means of course it is time for favourites. So if you want to see what I've been loving in March, then just keep watching. Alright, so I've just moved everything off to the side and I'll bring it all in sort of one by one. A lot of the stuff kind of relates to each other, so it's a bit of a funny kind of month. I've been really loving a lot of old stuff as opposed to new stuff, so I'm hoping that this one's a bit of something different. So I'm going to start off with some new stuff and then show you some examples of it, which then leads into the next one. So I'm loving these stencils from Fawn, especially the clouds, but really the grass as well is really, really cool. These are all available at Hobby Hoppers, so I'll link them down below for you, and of course you can use my discount code if you want to. But they're just so easy to use and you get these cool effects, like this one with the clouds, which it's subtle, but God, it's good. And the same thing here with this green one with the grass, sorry. And I absolutely love it. I think it's really, really, really cool. It's very clever the way too you can mask it off. So there's obviously for the, I'll show you the hillsides. So for the hill, you can use this to stencil on your ink and have it underneath. But then if you want to mask it off and do the top, you just move this down. I kind of wish I had an example here to show you. Hold on. Let's get the grass out. So if I wanted to ink up, so I've got the grass here. This one's a straight one, so it doesn't quite work. But, so I could have I would have inked up using this one, and then I can put this one down over the top and ink up over the top, and I've got an inbuilt mask. So I don't need to make anything. It's just really, really simple to do. Love, love, love those. I love the grid lines on it. They make it really easy to be able to line it up straight. You don't have to line it up straight though. You can set it off to the side, and it's just such a cool way to use them. So then while I've got these two out, this is the next thing that I'm loving is MemoryDex cards. That goes into a couple of different things. Again, everything's kind of interconnected this month. These are a couple of the MemoryDex cards that I've made for the MemoryDex Weekly Challenge. The hashtag on that is MemoryDex Weekly on Instagram. I'm really far behind, but I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I've got some time up my sleeve to actually catch back up again. So these are my first 4. So the first one was Shine Bright Like a Diamond, which is this one here. Then I had Pretty in Pink, which is this one. 6-letter word, which was Selfie. Oh, actually no, one of these isn't. And then the other one was Totally Rad, which I've got up in my MemoryDex box. So the next one I'm going to work on is one called Roses Are Red, which this one really could be the same thing. But haven't started that one yet, but it's coming. So I'm going to catch up with the 12 weeks that I've missed, and then I'm going to start up going every week with the next one. I just love something to keep me busy, something to tick off my list. You guys know I'm massive on lists, so this is one thing. While we're here with the MemoryDexes, did you really think this wasn't going to get a run? This is the Heidi Swapp MemoryDex Punch. It does spit out MemoryDex bits all the time. I love this thing. I love it because there is now no limit to what I can create size-wise, well, not size-wise, but shape-wise. Like that one's 2 die cuts that I've stuck together and then just punched it at the bottom. So easy, so cool. Love that I can make any shape I want. Can make them round, can make them square, whatever. Loving that punch so, so much. Simple but great. Things you've also seen on those MemoryDex cards are these ones. These are ABC dies. I've wanted a set of these for so long. I don't know why it took me so long. I have 2. I have Oliver's stitched ABCs and I have Finley's. This one here is Oliver's. Whoops, just pull back in. This one's Oliver's. It's got the stitching on it, but it's like a real capital letter style. And then this one's Finley's, which is just a little bit more fun. And I love the fact that the I is a little. It's not a capital like all the others. It's an actual little one with the little dot, and it's just so, so cute. Love, love, as you can see from the fact that all 4 of those MemoryDex had them on there. I just love using them. I think they're a lot of fun. They're great for your planner as well if you want to spell out like a big word on the top. You can spell out months with them really easily, and you can use them cut out, so the die is cut out properly, or you can use the leftover, I guess, bit of it as well in different ways. So I really am loving using those dies, and they're both available from Hobby Hoppers as well. So as you can see from these 2 MemoryDex cards, I've been using foil again, and you know why? Because I got my mink back, or I got a mink back. Mel from Melly Max was selling hers. She sold me hers for a really, really good price. It's back up on my cupboard. God, do I love having it back. But it's accessible, which is the reason I love something else too that's coming up next. but it's so easy to get to. I have so much foil, and I'm just finding little ways to add foil to things again, and it's just a lot of fun. It's something that sort of pushes me out of my comfort zone a little. I'm not comfortable. I know I've done lots of videos on foil, but I don't tend to use it on the everyday, and I'm really enjoying having my mink back because it is really letting me use all the stuff that I do have, and I'm really looking forward to the mink ink when that comes out. While we're talking about things that I haven't been using because they're not accessible, that goes to my Cricut. My Cricut has been something that has been sitting in the corner gathering dust because I couldn't get to it in the old office. Now we're in the new office and we've got the new desktop in. It is so easily accessible to me. It's a pull out, press the button and go. And I used it to make these. I finally finished my collection of distress oxides, which I'm not going to share because you guys have seen those in favorites so often. But I wanted to redo my swatches. So all I did, I set my Cricut up to cut out all of these little tag shapes, stuck them on a ring, inked them up. There they all are. But I did that on my Cricut and it seriously took me 15 minutes. Whereas if I had to cut these all out like die by die, it would have taken me forever. So I really love having the Cricut back, both for big projects like my Infusible ink tote that I did the other day, or little projects like this. I think it's a great thing to have back. So the next one is a bit of I haven't used it on camera, I've been playing with it off camera. It's this paint splatter texture stamp. This isn't the one I want another one. There's one by, oh gosh damn it, who is it? Might be My Favorite Things. Jennifer Maguire put it in her yearly favorites at the end of the year. It's like a paint splatter and I really want it, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm just making do with this one from Kaisercraft at the moment. It just gives me a consistent splatter, and you guys know I love using splatter on basically anything. But just to have that consistency, know that it's always going to look the way I want it to instead of the randomness of splatter. Really love having that at the moment, and I don't have anything I can show you the actual stamp on, so I might just grab this bit of paper and just show you what it looks like. So it's just a normal acrylic stamp. You are going to need a big block to use this. So thankfully I have this really big one that I bought at Picture to Page. This is perfect. And then we'll just grab in an ink. Any ink will do. You can use oxide obviously, but you can just use normal inks. Just ink that up. Mine's got dog hair on it, that's okay. Whoops. Bugger, I always do that. Thankfully this is laminate and it cleans up really easily. But it just gives you that consistent paint splatter that you can't get from just flicking it out. So I'm really, really loving having that stamp, and I will learn how to hold on to this block a little bit more. This is my favorite thing about my office, guys. It is so easy to clean up with just a microfiber cloth and some water, and you guys will get to see my office tour is coming up on Wednesday, so it's not far away now. I'm really excited for you guys to see my office, but there we go. My office is my favorite thing as well, for obvious reasons, but you guys get to see more of that on Wednesday. So while we're here with this piece of paper, I'm going to flip it over and show you this bit here. I'm loving playing with my Tombos again. I didn't think I'd ever go back to my Tombos after playing with my Copics, but it does give me something that my Copics can't do, and that's playing with watercolor. I saw these pictures on Instagram of these rainbow bubbles, and I just was so inspired to give it a shot. I haven't done this other than just, you know, mucking around with it while I had 20 minutes. But I have been loving playing with my Tombos, with my water brush pen, and just giving this a go. It's a lot of fun. I'm getting better. This one was the very first one I did, and I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the second one I did. And then I kind of got, you know, bored and started washing around. Again, stuff you've got time to do now that you have time to do it. Grab out some of your old favorites and see what you can create. So the very, very last thing is not anything planner related at all. Well, it is a little bit. So we've done our front garden now. It's now finished, almost 90%. And I decided that I wanted rows of lavender down the side of the house because I love lavender. It's one of my favorites. I love the smell. So we've got three big rows of lavender growing out the front. They're doing really, really well, which, considering I can't grow things without them dying, I'm really, really proud of. But I grabbed one out the other day and I'm just squashing it and now drying it out. I want to add it into my planner, not just for the smell because it's bloody good, but just it's nice to add things or tactile things that aren't paper or washi tape or anything into your planner as well. So that's something that I'm working on, and I'll show you the page when I eventually finish doing that. So that is it. That is all of my favorites for March. The number one favorite for the month is my office, because it's allowing me to be able to see all of my stuff again. I've got it really well organized. I'm really proud of it. And like I said, you're going to see that video on Wednesday. But I'm really, really loving just having access to all of my stuff. I know this is a really crappy time for most of us. If you're anything like me, you've been stood down, you're not going to be working for a little while. I'm going to try and take this as best I can as a positive, and actually take advantage of the time I have to craft, to play, to organize, to actually just sit in my office and enjoy the time to create with no limits. And that's something that I think a lot of us don't have time for normally, and is one positive that's coming out of this. So hopefully you guys can take advantage of that too. If you want to join in that MemoryDex challenge that I was telling you about, I'll put the hashtag down below so you can find it and you can follow along. If you don't have a MemoryDex, there's really easy ways to kind of make them. So if you're interested in that, I can show you how to make a MemoryDex storage box out of a Kmart box, which is what they're sitting in now, or there is my old video of using a tissue box if that's all you've got on hand. And let's face it, we're probably all using tissues instead of toilet paper at the moment anyway, so probably have a couple of tissue boxes hanging around. So let me know if you want to see that video, if you want to see anything else using any of my favorites. I'd love, love, love to do that for you. Please leave it down below. You can also find me on any of my socials. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. I'm not going away. I'm going to be here through this whole thing. I might even ramp up my videos if I get really bored. So let me know if you're interested in that. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, whatever you're doing, and I will see you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!